ये चल रहा है बढ़िया से एकदम। पर स्ट्रीम कहाँ हो रहा है? चलिए। Guys, can you please confirm if the audio is fine and all of you can see the screen? We can hear Siddhi finally. Thank you so much and thanks a lot for being patient. Okay, guys. Welcome Anmol, welcome Shreya, hello Prachi, hello Saksham, welcome Dhwani, welcome Ishan, welcome Kshitij. Okay, guys. So we will do this session in 3 stages. Stage 1 will be comprehension based. So you will see a passage on your screen. If you want, I will read it for you, and you guys can also read it at your convenience. And then there will be subsequently 4 to 5 questions. Then phase 2, we will do a rapid fire round. And phase 3, we will discuss a few one-liners and law-related updates. So let's start without wasting any further time. First passage on your screen. Australian Open. It seemed impossible that the 2022 Australian Open would ever be separated from the saga surrounding Dash. Name the player which should be named here. Dash week-long stay in Melbourne. Even as Dash insisted in the build-up that the Australian Open is much more important than any player. So 2 players have been named. You guys can answer in the comment section. Ananya is the first one to respond. No, it's not Shane Von Charu. That's incorrect. Australia and sportsman Sunte Shane Von Yada and Co. For the obvious reason. Okay. Correct answer for the first one is Djokovic. And for the second fill in the blank, Sanjay, that's correct. Psycho Demon, that's correct. Yamin, that's correct. What about the second fill in the blank? Even as Dash insisted in the build-up that the Australian Open is much more important than any player, it didn't feel that way. Something exceptional needed to happen to move the discussion on, and it did. My favorite story of the tournament is that tennis prevails, said Eurosport expert Alex Koretza, who was overcome with emotion as his compatriot Dash secured a heroic and historic Grand Slam title. Tennis brings joy to people. It brings a lot of emotions and feelings and intensity. Players need to suffer and get through difficult moments and find solutions. Just like we did right now with this technical issue. The matches are long and can go back and forth. And you need to hang in there and work so hard. This is the most important thing, that they are enjoying the tournament so much. This is a very unique sport and we are very grateful to be part of it. Tennis needed this. A tournament so mesmerizing, so captivating, full of so many incredible moments that it now seems easy to separate the first half of January with the second half. For tournament director Craig Tiley and everyone else involved with the Australian Open, the last 2 weeks could not have been scripted better. And not just with the eventual champions, although in Dash and Ash Barty, there could not have been 2 more popular singles winners. So who won Australian Open men's singles title this year? I have no doubt that for Dash, this is an unbelievable motivation for the present and for the future, said Koretza on the 3-way battle for slam supremacy. Anushka, that's correct. Yash, yes, you should go with the herd, and for this one, correct answer is Rafael Nadal. Few more questions. So, Rafael Nadal won his 21st Grand Slam title by beating whom in the finals? Your options are Daniil Medvedev, Roger Federer, Djokovic or Andy Murray. Roger Federer, Daniil Medvedev, Roger Federer, Djokovic, Andy Murray. Sanjay says B. Koel Jain says Medvedev. Arya says A. Riddhi says C. Djokovic couldn't play, guys. Why didn't he play? Because he refused to take vaccination. So he's not vaccinated. Due to the prevailing pandemic situation, many sporting tournaments don't allow people to participate if they are not vaccinated. So Novak went to Australia. He was detained for a couple of days. His exemption application was rejected twice and then he was deported back. And he has taken a stand that he will not take vaccine for COVID-19. Correct answer for this question is Daniil Medvedev, option A. So Djokovic couldn't play this year. Otherwise, might be Rafael Nadal would not have won. Any Nadal fans in this audience? Chaliye, let's move on. Who among the following has 20 Grand Slam titles? 20 Grand Slam titles. Another question would be, which player has the highest number of Grand Slam titles? Current question is, who among the following has 20 Grand Slam titles? Your options are Djokovic, Federer, Medvedev, both A and B. That means both Djokovic and Federer. Sharvari, that's correct answer for the bonus question. Rafael Nadal has the highest number of Grand Slam wins, 21 Grand Slams. That's highest. Okay. Correct answer for this one is option D. Both Djokovic and Federer have 20 each. Okay. How many Grand Slams are there? How many Grand Slams are there? 2, 3, 4 or 5? How many Grand Slams are there? Okay. Bonus question, name all. How many Grand Slams are there and name all? Yash says, what is your choice? Vaccination should be a personal choice or it should be made mandatory? Well, public smoking, is it a public, free choice or can we impose restrictions on people's freedom? So somebody who is traveling with me in a metro train or cab, if that person is smoking, is it going to affect me? Yes. So yes, I have a say in his decision to smoke or not. Similarly, if somebody is not vaccinated, that person is posing threat to my life too. And because of that logic, because of this reason, governments can and are making it mandatory for people to participate in vaccination drive. Well, there is a matter pending before the Supreme Court in which they have to decide that whether mandatory vaccination violates fundamental rights. Well, correct answer for this one is C, 4. If you can name all 4. Yamin says Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon and US Open. That's correct. Chaliye, another follow-up question. Which is the oldest Grand Slam? Which one started first? Your options are Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon or US Open. Which is the oldest one? How many Grand Slams are there? 2, 3, 4 or 5? Correct answer is 4. Richa, that's correct. Siddhi, that's correct. Charu, that's correct. Wimbledon is the oldest one, followed by US Open. Okay. Acha, who was the first player to win all 4 Grand Slams in a single year? First player to win all 4 Grand Slams in a single year. Another bonus question. Who was the first player to win all 4 Grand Slams in single year? Novak is incorrect, Sharvari. Rafael is also incorrect. First player is Don Budge. Charu, that's correct. Siddhi, Budge is correct answer. Sanjay, Don Budge is correct answer. Okay. Who is the only player to have achieved this feat twice. The only player who has won all 4 Grand Slams in a single year twice. Don Budge was the first one to achieve it, but he did it, he could do it only once. There's another guy who did it twice. Can you name that person? Arnav gave the right answer. Rod Laver is the right answer. Rod Laver was the first person to achieve this feat twice. Harshvi, Boris Becker is incorrect. Yash, that's incorrect. Chali. Sanjay, your answer is right. Saksham, your answer is right. Let's move on. Okay. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Option A. Rafael Nadal is currently ranked world number 5. He previously held world number 1 position in ATP rankings for 209 weeks. The former world number 1 is known for his dominance on clay courts with 81 consecutive wins on clay, which is the longest single surface win streak in the Open era. Nadal also went on to win gold at the 2008 Summer Olympics in London. D. He became the youngest man to achieve career Grand Slam in the Open era after defeating Djokovic in the 2010 US Open final. He is the only left-handed player among the big three. Only left-hander among the big three. Okay. Which one do you think is incorrect? This question is tough, but still I can see many people got it right. Sanjay, that's correct answer. Trickiest, that's correct answer. Aries, that's right. Yash, that's right. Correct answer is option C. Option C is the incorrect statement. Why is option C incorrect? What's wrong with option C? Yes, Sharvay, that's correct. 2008 Summer Olympics were held in Beijing, China, and not in London. Okay. A few more pointers about this tournament. Australian Open tournament recently concluded on 30th Jan 22 in Melbourne. It is one of the 4 Grand Slams played annually. Australian Open was the 110th edition of this tournament. Total prize money was 75 million Australian dollars. So there are 4 major important annual tennis tournaments. Australian Open is played between mid-January, French Open May to June, and Wimbledon June to July, and US Open August and September. These are played on different type of grounds. So Australian Open or US Open hota hai hard courts pe, French Open on clay, and Wimbledon on grass court. So these are played in 5 categories: men's, women's, men's doubles, women's doubles, and mixed doubles. Okay, chali. So these are the other notable winners. Men's doubles mein jeete hain Thanasi Kokinakis and Nick Kyrgios, both from Australia. Women's doubles mein Barbora Krejcikova, I hope I'm getting this word right, and Katerina Siniakova. Mixed doubles में Kristina Mladenovic and Ivan Dodig, Croatia. Runners up के नाम याद रखना is not that important. Australian Ashley Barty has won the Australian Open Women's Singles Final in 2022. Next passage on your screen related to Economic Survey 2022. A quick revival in India's economic growth nearly 2 years into the COVID pandemic has boosted growth expectations even in an uncertain climate, Principal Economic Advisor Dash said on January 31st. So who is India's Principal Economic Advisor? He added that most sectors were reaching pre-pandemic levels. Addressing the press after the latest economic survey was tabled in Parliament early today, our Principal Economic Advisor said growth expectations in the coming year is based on higher government spending, focus on fiscal stability, and high forex reserve. While the newly appointed Chief Economic Advisor, that's your second question, began his tenure on January 28th. So, who is the Principal Economic Advisor and who is the Chief Economic Advisor? Also write down the post whether you're answering for CEA or PEA. Vishwaraj is the first one to give correct answer. Then Yash. If you're answering for the second question, then you're right. Okay guys, correct answer for the first question is Sanjeev Sanyal, and for the second question is Anantha Nageshwaran. So Ananta Nageshwaran said the overall theme of the economic survey has been on providing short-term support to vulnerable sections during these uncertain times while keeping a firm focus on the medium-term fiscal stability and never letting go of the opportunity that a crisis provides. Aapda mein avsar, to initiate structural supply side reforms. The survey announced that India's GDP growth in 22-23 is projected to grow between 8 to 8.5%. However, this is based on the assumption. Now, just listen to the assumptions. There will be no more debilitating pandemic-related economic disruption. I highly doubt that. A normal monsoon, which rarely happens in a country. Significant withdrawal of global liquidity. Average global oil prices, which has already skyrocketed. So they were expecting oil prices kitna rahega? $70-$75. Just check out what is the oil price right now, thanks to Uncle Putin. And global supply chain disruptions easing over time. I don't see it happening anytime soon. Commenting on the unemployment crisis, Sanyal said there is a dearth of good official real-time unemployment data. However, it is known that there was a significant decline in employment during the lockdown and a significant revival till March 2021. Stock Minter says crude has reached $116 per barrel. So just look at what our economic advisors were expecting and what is happening. Okay. According to Economic Survey 22, India has dash largest forest reserve in the world. Largest forest area in the world. India has the dash largest forest area in the world. Your options are 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. So if you're Googling it, you will get 3rd as the answer. But that's not on your screen. So 7th, 8th, 9th or 10th. Stock Minter says 7th. Koel Jain says A. 7th. Charu says D. 10th. Saksham says B. So a lot of mixed, dissent is good for democracy. So all of you have difference of opinion. That's okay. But this is a factual question and not opinion based. So correct answer is only one, option D. So India has 10th largest forest area in the world. We are in top 10 but at 10th spot. So why do you see 3rd position? Because as per the economic survey, we are 3rd in terms of increasing forest cover year on year. So we have increased a lot of forest cover this year and therefore we are 3rd best performing country. Okay. Overall, we have 10th rank. Achha, what is India's forest cover? How much land area is covered or what percentage of land area is covered with forest? Yash says, can you repeat Sanjeev Sanyal? He is principal economic advisor. So we have chief economic advisor and principal economic advisor. Yash. Okay. I'm looking this side because your comment screen is going on this side. Chaliye. So Anmol says 20. Trickius says 16. 30 percentage. Yash says 21.71%. Okay, that is the closest answer. Yash. In August 2021, the Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules 2021 was notified, which is aimed at phasing out single-use plastic by which year? Your options are 2022, 2023, 2024 or 2025. Which option will you guys pick? Charu says 24% forest cover. Koel says 30 with a question mark. Question mark will not count, Charu. Okay. Answer for the current question on your screen. C, C, D. Yamin says B. Correct answer is option A, 2022. We take ambitious targets. So we will do it this year. Total fertility rate came down to 2% in 2019-21 from dash in 2015-2016. So total fertility rate has come down to 2 from 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 or 2.4. Okay, 2.1, 2.2. Correct answer is option B, 2.2. Factual questions I have just noted down so that you don't miss out. Okay, which of the following statement is incorrect? Indian economy estimated to grow by 9.2% in real terms in 2021-22 as per first advance estimates, subsequent to a contraction of 7.3% in 2020-21. GDP projected to grow by 8.5% in real terms in 22-23. Repo rate was maintained at 5% in 21-22. RBI undertook various measures such as GSEC acquisition program and special long-term repo operations to provide further liquidity. Let's see how many of you can get it right. For this type of question, also mention your reason. So many of you are saying C. Why C? Why is C incorrect? Repo rate was maintained at 5% in 21-22. So this data is incorrect. What is the correct data? Yamin is the first one to respond. Yes, that's correct. Shaurya, 3.5 is reverse repo rate, not repo rate. Repo rate was kept at 4%. So right answer for this one, first one to answer is Yamin, correct answer is 4%. So option C. Let's move on. Well, so some key highlights from the economic survey. Union Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman presented Economic Survey 21-22 in the Parliament. Economic Survey is an annual document of the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. It is prepared by Department of Economic Affairs. So Department of Economic Affairs under Ministry of Finance presents the survey in the Parliament every year just before Union Budget. It is prepared under the guidance of Chief Economic Advisor. So who is India's new Chief Economic Advisor? Answer is Anantha Nageshwaran. Indian economy estimated to grow by 9.2% in real terms as per first advance estimates, subsequent to a contraction of 7.3% last year. GDP projected to grow by 8.5% in real terms. Projection comparable with World Bank and ADB, Asian Development Bank's latest forecast. So जितना ADB और World Bank ने बताया उससे हम थोड़ा ज़्यादा बता रहे हैं, ज़्यादा नहीं. Okay, they have forecasted 8.7% and 7.5% respectively. On demand side, consumption estimates to grow by 7%, gross fixed capital formation by 15%, exports by 16.5%, and imports by 29.4%. They're going to import a lot. Foreign exchange reserves crossed 600 billion in the first half of 21-22 and touched $633.6 billion. As of end November, India was fourth largest forex reserve holder in the world after China, Japan and Switzerland. So which country has the biggest treasury or forex reserve? Answer is China. Liquidity in the system remained in surplus. Repo rate was maintained at 4%. So not 5%. Net non-performing advances ratio declined from 6 to 2.2. Average headline CPI cost combined inflation, cost price index combined inflation moderated to 5.2% in 21-22 from 6.6. The decline in retail inflation was led by easing of food inflation. Index of industrial production grew at 17.4%. Overall service sector GVA is expected to grow by 8.2%. India has become third largest startup ecosystem. This has got nothing to do with Shark Tank, by the way, guys. So India has become third largest startup of ecosystem in the world after US and China. So many more unicorns came up. So now total number of unicorns in a country is 83. And most of these unicorns are from the service sector. So 14,000 plus new startups were formed in 21-22. This number is a huge jump from 733 in 2016-17. 44 new startups achieved unicorn status. 157.94 crore doses of COVID vaccines administered to Indians. 91 crore doses of first dose and 66 crore second dose. Under the Jal Jeevan mission, 83 districts have become Har Ghar Jal districts. So tap water has reached the interiors of India. Chale, moving on to the Ramsar sites. Two new places have been listed as the Ramsar sites. Okay. Where would you get the PDF of the class? Shreya is asking, guys, we might consider sharing these PDFs with all IMS students in our Telegram, on our Telegram channel. Okay. Chaliye, let's read two new Ramsar sites. The dash near Jamnagar in Gujarat and dash in Uttar Pradesh have been listed as wetlands of international importance by the Ramsar Convention, an international treaty for the conservation and sustainable use of wetlands. The announcement by the Ramsar Secretariat in Iran came on the eve of International Wetland Day. On which date do we celebrate International Wetland Day? Could be your third question. So name these two new wetland sites in India. Okay. One in Gujarat near Jamnagar, another one in Uttar Pradesh. And on which date do we celebrate International Wetland Day? So, Dash, which is part of Central Asian Flyway, has become the fourth wetland of Gujarat to get the Ramsar tag. Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary, Thol Wildlife Sanctuary and Vadhwana Wetland are the other Ramsar sites in Gujarat. The last two were included in April last year. Highlighting the importance of the Dash Sanctuary of avifauna, a Ramsar release said, as one of the important water bird habitats in northwest India, the site provides breeding, feeding and roosting. What is roosting? Grounds for a wide range. Roosting means where you settle and rest. Grounds for a wide range of resident, aquatic and also land-based birds. It provides habitat for over 310 bird species, including 125 water birds. Over 165,000 individual water birds have been counted. These include the endangered Pallas fish eagle, an Indian skimmer, and the vulnerable common pochard. The site also regularly supports more than 1% of the South and Southwest Asian population of Dalmatian pelican, more than 2% of grey lag goose, and more than 20% of common crane. Okay, let me see if anybody got the right answer. Ishan Khemani, you are correct for the bonus question. What about the main two question? Name these two sites. Hey, Dedia, that's correct. Bakhera is one. Okay. Arya gave the correct answer. Right answer for first fill in the blank is Khijadia Bird Sanctuary and Bakhira Wildlife Sanctuary is your second answer. Okay, let's try out a few more questions. When is World Wetland Day observed every year? ये तो obviously bonus question में चला गया. So let's see. Correct answer for this one is option C, 2nd Feb. Why do we celebrate it on 2nd Feb? Because the Ramsar Convention was signed on 2nd Feb. Okay. What was the theme of World Wetlands Day 2022? What was the theme of World Wetlands Day 2022? The role of wetlands in developing lives, the role of wetlands in preserving nature, the role of wetlands for people and nature, all of the above. Themes के question में all of the above rarely correct होता है, so please don't go for that. Correct answer for this one is option C, the role of wetlands for people and nature. Which of the following was released on the occasion of World Wetlands Day 2022? Indian Wetland Atlas 2021, Great Changes in Wetland Atlas 2011-2021, National Wetland Decadal Changes Atlas, Indian Wetland Survey Atlas. So which one of the following was released on the occasion of World Wetlands Day on this year? B, C, C, B, C, C. Okay guys, majority got it right. Right answer is option C, National Wetland Decadal Change Atlas. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Every year, the World Wetland Day is celebrated on Feb 2nd. This day is marked to increase awareness about the importance of wetlands in the world. This one is obvious, so this is not incorrect. Move on. It is celebrated on Feb 2nd because the Convention on Wetlands was adopted on Feb 2nd, 1971 in Ramsar, Iran, and is also popularly called the Ramsar Wetland Convention. That's also correct. World Wetland Day was organized on 2nd Feb at Sultanpur National Bird Park, Gurugram, Haryana. Is also correct. So right answer is none of these. Let's move on. Some more pointers to be noted down. World Wetland Day is celebrated annually on 2nd Feb. Aims to raise global awareness about the vital role of wetlands for people and planet. This day also marks adoption of Convention of Wetlands, which was signed on 2nd Feb 1971 in the Iranian city of Ramsar. The theme of World Wetland Day this year was Wetland Action for People and Nature. It aims to highlight the importance of actions to conserve and sustain wetlands. 2nd Feb is first year that World Wetland Day will be observed as a United Nations International Day. So this also became a United Nations International Day following its adoption by the General Assembly on 30th August this year or last year in a resolution co-sponsored by 75 member states. Two new Ramsar sites, Khijadia Wildlife Sanctuary in Gujarat and Bakhira Wildlife Sanctuary in Uttar Pradesh, were announced on World Wetlands Day at Sultanpur National Park in Gurgaon. So, good news is that now India has a network of 49 such sites, which is highest in South Africa. That's an obvious fact looking at India's size. Moving on to the next passage, Budget 22. There are several firsts about the Budget 22-23. The first of the first is that this is the only budget in the recent memory when the finance minister's speech was not disturbed even once. The usual shoutings for this or that segment or for state was absent. Second, this is the first pre-election budget that has completely avoided populist lure for votes in an election season. Third, Rahul Gandhi ran into the car unusually without saying a word against the budget and an hour later sent an accusatory tweet that his advisors had prepared. Fourth, expecting it to contain huge freebies for poll-bound states, the opposition, which had kept narratives ready to attack the budget as a vote-catching exercise, was shocked by the contrast of cuts and freebies like in Dash. So this blank relates to the biggest freebies scheme that the government of India runs. Then food subsidy, fertilizer subsidy that forced it to rush to change its narrative to change the budget is anti-poor. Fifth, the budget speech framed in a language entirely different from the opposition is accustomed to also seems to have flummoxed the opposition into silence. What is flummoxed? Since sixth, the digitally read budget also digitally integrates the nation from villages to farming to post offices to finance to infrastructure to land registrations to tax collection to railways to roadways, likh dete to everything, to waterways to logistics to currency into the largest single national computer. Seventh, digital currency that will be introduced by the Dash is yet another first. So two fill in the blanks. Okay. It seems some BJP spokesperson wrote this entire thing. 8th, the annual exercise of budget has been psychologically transformed into the centenary budget of independent India. So, who is going to introduce digital currency for a country? Question is not which currency or what it will be called, but who is going to introduce digital currency? Answer is, we'll try to finish off. Dekhiye, I think this is the last passage based question. Then we'll have a rapid fire and quick pointers. Chaliye. RBI is the right answer for the second blank. What about the first one? Manrega. Can someone give me full form of Manrega? मनरेगा जिसमें मिलती है 150 दिन की दिहाड़ी. Okay. Correct answer is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. As per budget 22-23, how many households are currently under the coverage of Har Ghar Nal Se Jal scheme? 3.1 crore, 6.5 crore, 8.7 crore or 11.2 crores? Chaliye, without worrying, let's finish it off. Correct answer is 8.7 crores. Next question on your screen. Total budget allocation for 22-23 is, again, just a factual question, so I will not trouble you much. Correct answer is, okay, let me allow some people to answer. Riddhi says 8.7. Okay, that's correct for the previous one. What about this one, guys? Total budget allocation 32 lakh 41,704 crore, 35 lakh 11,209 crore, 39 lakh 44,909 crore, 41 lakh 44,898 crore. Right answer for this one is option C, 39 lakh 44,909 crores. Richa, Chavi, Dwani, Rana got it right. Chaliye, next one. As per budget 22, 400 new generation trains will be developed and manufactured to boost for railways under the Gati Shakti plan in the next 3 years. What is the total budget allocation for the railways 22-23? 1.2 lakh, 1.02 lakhs, 1.32 lakh or 1.4 lakh crores or 1.56 lakh crores. रेलवे को कितना बजट मिला होगा? 1 लाख करोड़ से ज्यादा ही मिलता है हमेशा. Okay, right answer is 1.4 lakh crore. So almost 1.5 lakh crore देने वाले हम. Okay, which of the following statement is incorrect? Which of the following statement is incorrect? Nirmala Sitharaman announced a new tax rule for taxpayers where taxpayers can file an updated return on payment of taxes within 2 years from the end of the relevant assessment year. 75 digital banking units will be set up by scheduled commercial banks in 75 districts across the country. This union budget seeks to lay foundation and give blueprint of economy over Amrit Kal of next 25 years. The implementation of the Chenab-Ravi link worth 44,605 crores will be taken up at providing irrigation for over 9 lakh hectares of farmers' land. Shreya, that's correct. Yash, that's incorrect. Kshitij, you're right. Shivari, you're right. Yatharth, you're wrong. Chavi Gupta, that's incorrect. Correct answer is option D. What is the error here? Yes, Yash, that's correct. Option D is incorrect because they have named the wrong rivers here. Riddhi says, is it necessary to learn the amount? Not everything, but only what is the most important things. Like you should know the total budget of India. You don't need to know about each and every department or each and every ministry, which I will show you on the next screen. Next slide. Chaliye, so Kane Betwa River. Yes, that's correct. Option D is incorrect. They have mentioned the wrong rivers. Moving on. So Nirmala Sitharaman presented her 4th budget. These are the key highlights. This was 10th budget of Narendra Modi government and 2nd paperless budget. Total expenditure is estimated at 39.45 lakh crore. Total receipts other than borrowings estimated at 22.84 lakh crores. So आमदनी 98, खर्चा रुपया. So it proposes fiscal deficit of 4.5% of GDP. Projects fiscal deficit of 6.4% of GDP in 22-23. Revised fiscal deficit for the last year is 6.9. State will be allowed 4% fiscal deficit to GDP in financial year 2023. 60 lakh new jobs will be created under productivity linked incentive schemes in 14 sectors. Entering Amrit Kal. What is Amrit Kal? Your golden years. 25 long year lead up to India at 100. 75 years का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं हम लोग. So अब से लेकर 25 साल, next 25 years we are going to celebrate it like this. So budget provides impetus for growth along 4 priorities: PM Gati Shakti, inclusive development, productivity enhancement and investment, sunrise opportunities, energy transition and climate action and financing investments. Okay, chaliye. So budget allocation to various ministries is not that important. Ministry to, but I will just quickly go through it. Ministry of Communication is getting 1,05,406 crores. Ministry of Agriculture will get 13 1,32,513 crore. Kisan drones, chemical-free natural farming, public-private partnership for the delivery of digital and high-tech services to farmers across the country will be promoted. Railways will get 1,40,000 crore. 400 new generation trains will sets of Vande Bharat will be launched in next 3 years. Home Affairs will get 1,85,776 crore. E-passports will be issued with embedded chips. Ministry of Road and Transport will also get almost 2 lakh crores, so 1,99,000 crores. National highways will be expanded by 25,000 kilometers next year, and 100 PM Gati Shakti cargo terminals will be developed in next 3 years. Ministry of Defense will also get a lot of money. Some key highlights: digital rupee has been introduced or will be introduced by RBI. Income from virtual digital assets to be taxed as 30%. This move shocked many people who were investing in cryptocurrency. So government is not ready to recognize cryptocurrency as such, but they want to tax you on the profits that you make on your cryptos. 480 billion rupees set aside for affordable housing. 100% of 1.5 lakh post offices will become banking system. Scheduled commercial banks to set up 75 digital banking units in 75 districts. 48,000 crore allocated for completion of 80 lakh houses in PM Awas Yojana. 60,000 crore allocated for Har Ghar Nal Se Jal. A network of 23 telemental health centers of excellence will be set up, and these will be set up with NIMHANS or NIMHANS. Can you give me the full form? Being the nodal center and International Institute of Information Technology Bangalore, providing technology support. So I haven't mentioned full form of NIMHANS. Can you name it? India's best institute for mental health and neurosciences. So it is National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences. Where is it located? IIIT Bangalore to bata diya. What about NIMHANS? Where is this one located? Again, answer is Bangalore. Okay, one class, one TV channel program of PM E-Vidya will be expanded to 200 TV channels. 1400 crores outlay for the Ken Betwa link project. So not Chenab Ravi, but Ken Betwa link project. So what is this? It is a reverse interlinking project which Pradhan Mantri Atal Bihari Vajpayee envisioned and many succeeding governments tried to implement. So there are many projects across India, and this is one which will help drought hit areas of Bundelkhand. So Ken or Betwa rivers hai Uttar Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh mein. So Madhya Pradesh faces flood like situation and UP is facing drought. So Bundelkhand belt के लिए हम लोग यानी महोबा पन्ना डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो है उस बेल्ट में ये रिवर्स को लिंक किया जा रहा है. Okay, last passage guys, quickly. The Desh of India and Government of Sri Lanka on Wednesday signed $500 million line of credit, $500 million line of credit agreement aimed at helping Sri Lanka cope with its current fuel shortages amid one of the worst economic meltdowns facing the island nation. Delhi's support for fuel import by Sri Lanka from India through line of credit is in response to Colombo's urgent requirement. According to a statement from the Indian High Commission in Colombo, this critical support comes in the wake of a virtual meeting between External Affairs Minister of India S. Jaishankar and Sri Lanka's Minister of Finance Basil Rajpaksha, held on Jan 15, said the official statement released on Wednesday. Days after the meeting, India made the announcement confirming the emergency loan. Official sources indicated that line of credit spans a year and comes at a nominal interest rate of under 2%. The Sri Lankan government is expected to invite bids from Indian suppliers soon to finalize its import. Amid Sri Lanka's persisting dollar crisis, the country's ability to import fuel has been severely affected, leading to frequent reports of shortages as well as power failures. On Jan 13, India extended $400 million currency swap to Sri Lanka, while also deferring another $500 million due for settlement to Desh to help the island nation cope with its dollar crunch. Sri Lanka spends almost 20% of its GDP on oil import. सो 1/5 पैसा तो उनका चला जाता है तेल खरीदने में, तभी पूरे श्रीलंका का तेल निकला हुआ है। Okay, Charo, your answer is correct for the first blank. What about the second one? सिद्धि says क्या बुंदेलखंड में ड्राउट होते हैं? हाँ होते हैं, काफी होते हैं। ऐसे से बड़े लड़ैया महोबा वाले, इनकी मार सही ना जाए। जब पानी नहीं मिलेगा तो लड़ाई के अलावा करेंगे क्या? I hope nobody is from Mahoba in this session. Okay guys, चलिए, correct answer for first one is Exim Bank. And for the second fill in the blank, right answer is Asian Clearing Union, not IMF. Okay, the line of credit spans over a year at a nominal interest rate of under dash. It was in the passage, so I think ज़्यादातर लोगों को ध्यान रहा होगा 1%, 2%, 2.5% or 3%. Line of credit spans over a year at a nominal interest rate of under B is the right answer, 2%. Exim Bank was founded in which year? Now this is not something that you guys need to remember, so I will quickly reveal. Correct answer is option C, 1982. Which of the following statement is incorrect? The loan agreement is aimed at helping Sri Lanka cope with its current fuel shortages amid worst economic crisis in the island nation. India's support for fuel import by Sri Lanka through the line of credit is in light of Sri Lanka's urgent requirement. Option B is correct, so we will not, but that means this is not incorrect. We'll move on. Following the agreement, Sri Lankan government is likely to invite bids from Indian suppliers soon to finalize its import. This one was also in the passage. Now, governments from both the nations are in talks for another $5 billion assistance at a time of unprecedented economic crisis in Sri Lanka. Okay, let's see how many of you can get it right. Correct answer for this one is option D. Error is in the figure, so it is not 5 billion assistance. We are only discussing another $1 billion assistance to Sri Lanka right now. Okay. Well, India's Export-Import Bank and Sri Lankan government have signed agreement for the line of credit in the presence of Sri Lankan Finance Minister Basil Rajpaksha and Indian envoy Gopal Bagle. Last month, both countries reviewed 1.5 billion credit facility to help Sri Lanka augment its fast draining foreign reserves, crucial to importing essential food items, medicines and fuel. Of the 1.5 billion, a sum of 500 million was extended for fuel imports. About 20% of Lanka's annual import expenditure is allocated for oil imports. India has extended a SAARC currency swap facility of $400 million and deferred the payment of $515.2 million to the Asian Clearing Union by 2 months to assist Sri Lanka. India is also expected to extend a credit facility of 1 billion for importing food and other essentials. What is line of credit? It is basically a flexible loan facility where individual customer, government or business owner can avail or can take as much money as they want subject to the upper cap. So what is the upper cap that we are giving them? Okay, Shashank says we can't afford 5 billion. Don't underestimate your country. Yes, we can afford giving loan to people. So it is loan, it is not a gift. Okay. चलिए, so which state government rapid fire guys, rapid fire के लिए याद रखिए, you will not get much time. There will be 20 questions. It will be on your screen for a couple of seconds. Quickly answer. While answering, also mention question numbers. So 1 to 20. So you can say 1A, 1B, 1C or 1D. Let's start. Okay. Which state government has established its own drone manufacturing corporation? Your options are UP, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu or Assam. Which state government has established its own drone manufacturing corporation? Your options are UP, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Assam. Okay. Correct answer for this one is option C, Tamil Nadu. India won the bronze medal at the 22 Women's Asia Cup hockey by beating which country? Your options are Japan, South Korea, China, and Nepal. Japan, South Korea, China, and Nepal. India won the bronze medal at 22 Women's Asia Cup hockey by beating which country? Japan, South Korea, China, or Nepal? Right answer for second question, Shubh, Riddhi, Anmol, B, C, D, itna sara. Correct answer for the first one was Tamil Nadu. For the second one is China. Moving on. Grama 1 is an initiative by which state government which envisaged to provide various government banking and other key services at village level in order to facilitate the life of citizens. So which state came up with this system? Odisha, Karnataka, Kerala, or Tamil Nadu? Grama 1 is an initiative by which state government which is envisaged to provide various government banking and other key services at village level? Odisha, Karnataka, Kerala, or Tamil Nadu? Question number 3. Psychodemon says C, Ishan says B, Yash says Karnataka. Right answer is Karnataka. In which state social activists have built a temple for Mahatma Gandhi and freedom fighters? In which state social activists have built a temple for Mahatma Gandhi and freedom fighters? Your options are Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Assam, and Madhya Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Assam, and Madhya Pradesh. Right answer for the fourth one is okay. Correct answer is option A, Andhra Pradesh. Let's move on. Who assumed charge as the new Vice Chief of the Indian Army Staff? New Vice Chief of the Indian Army Staff. Your options are Manoj Pandey, R.S. Tyagi, A.P. Jadeja, Rajiv Ranjan. Manoj Pandey, R.S. Tyagi, A.P. Jadeja, Rajiv Ranjan. Who assumed charge as the new Vice Chief of the Indian Army? Manoj Pandey, R.S. Tyagi, A.P. Jadeja, Rajiv Tandon. Let's see. Correct answer is option A, Manoj Pandey. Sixth question. Services e-health assistance and teleconsultation (Sehat) scheme is implemented by which ministry? Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Communications, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Defense. Services e-health assistance and teleconsultation. Also name the concerned minister. Bonus question. Name the concerned minister. Okay, after reading this question, it seems that A should be the correct answer, but right answer is option D. It is an initiative of Ministry of Defense. So who is India's defense minister is your bonus question. I will move on to question number 7. 11th meeting of India and which country's Joint Military Cooperation Committee was held in New Delhi? 11th meeting of India and which country? Sharwari, that's right answer. Rajnath Singh, India's defense minister. 11th meeting of India in which country's Joint Military Cooperation Committee JMCC was held in New Delhi? Your options are Qatar, Oman, UAE, Jordan. Qatar, Oman, UAE, or Jordan. 7th, Yaman, that's incorrect. Psychodemin, that's not even an option. Okay, C. No. A, C. Oops. Right answer is option B, Oman. Oman, Raira is the first one to give right answer. Chaliye. Which Indian player won the prestigious World Games Athlete of the Year 2021? Which Indian player won the prestigious World Games Athlete of the Year 2021? Name the sports person and also name the sport that he plays or she plays. Neeraj Chopra, Piyush Rijesh, Manpreet Singh, PV Sindhu. Neeraj Chopra, Piyush Rijesh, Manpreet Singh, and PV Sindhu. Yes, correct answer is option B, Piyush Rijesh, hockey. Chaliye, Yash, that's right. Ishan, that's correct. Richa, that's correct. India's first geological park will be set up in which state? India's first geological park will be set up in which state? Option A, Arunachal, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, or Kerala. Your options are Arunachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, or Kerala. Bonus question, name the location. Where is this geological park located? So right answer is Madhya Pradesh. Where in Madhya Pradesh? Near Jabalpur. Okay. Can you name the exact spot or the village where it is located? Not Bhopal. I already narrowed it down to Jabalpur. चलिए, so it's Lamheta near Jabalpur. Lamheta near Jabalpur. Question 10. Recently, a global center of excellence in affordable and clean energy has been launched at which IIT? Global Center of Excellence in Affordable and Clean Energy has been launched at which center? Your options are IIT Madras, Kanpur, Ropar or Dharwad. IIT Madras, Kanpur, Ropar or Dharwad. Riddhi, that's correct. Lamheta is the right answer. Siddhi, that's correct. Okay. Yash, that's right answer. Correct answer for question 10 is option D, IIT Dharwad. Which Indian Premier League franchise have become the first ever sports unicorn in our country? First ever sports unicorn in our country. Mumbai Indians, Chennai Super Kings, Royal Challengers Bangalore or Delhi Capitals? Mumbai Indians, Chennai Super Kings, Royal Challengers Bangalore or Delhi Capitals? First sports unicorn. Yeah. Interesting question. Correct answer is option B, Chennai Super Kings. It is CSK. World's largest canal lock was unveiled in which country? Now, what is a canal lock? So, these are basically barriers which can be lifted so that ships can pass by. So, world's largest canal lock was unveiled in which country? Netherlands, Finland, Sweden, Ireland. Netherlands, Finland, Sweden or Ireland. Right answer for this one is option A. It's Netherlands. Moving on to question number 13. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the 30th Foundation Day program of National Commission for Women. What was the theme of the program? Theme of the 30th Foundation Day program of National Commission of Women. Your options are She the Changemaker, Achieving an Equal Future in COVID-19 World, I Am Generation Equality, Realizing Women's Rights. She the Changemaker, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World, I Am Generation Equality and Realizing Women's Rights. Okay, let's see. Correct answer for question 13 is option A, She the Changemaker. Which country has test fired an intermediate range ballistic missile Hwasong 12 recently? Easy question. Anybody can guess this one. So, which country does it frequently? Test fired an intermediate range ballistic missile called Hwasong 12 recently. No, not China, Sharvari. Itna bhi obvious nahi tha, khair, chaliye. Yes. Yamin, that's correct. Ishan, that's correct. Haith, that's right. Racha, that's incorrect. Koel, that's correct. South Korea nahi karte, sab North Korea ka kaam hai. So, it is North Korea, Kim Jong. Correct answer for question 14 is option D. Question 15. World Cancer Day is an international day marked on 4th Feb. What is the theme for 22-24? Close the care gap, closing the inequalities, one voice, one action, caring for future. World Cancer Day is an international day marked on 4th Feb. What is the theme for 22-24? Close the care gap, closing the inequalities, one voice, one action, caring for future. Correct answer for question 15 is option A, close the care gap. Under the National Supercomputing Mission, which institute has installed and commissioned Param Praveg, claimed to be one of the most powerful supercomputers in the country and the largest in an Indian academic institution? Param Praveg is a supercomputer installed in one of the academic institutions in our country. Your options are IISc Bangalore, IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, IIT Roorkee. IISc Bangalore, IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, IIT Roorkee. Right answer for this one is option A, Anmol. That's right. Arya, that's correct. Koel, that's correct. Many of you got it right. Correct answer is option A. Question 17. Which country has announced the names of 24 eminent personalities for the award of the country's second highest civilian ऑनर? एकुशे पदक नाम से ही बता सकते हैं यार. एकुशे पदक किस कंट्री का अवार्ड होगा ये? श्रीलंका, बांग्लादेश, नेपाल या म्यांमार? Which country has announced the names of 24 eminent personalities for the award of the country's second highest civilian honor, Ekushe Padak? Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal या Myanmar? It's Bengali, so correct answer is option B, Bangladesh. Question 18. Name the Indian sports person who has been nominated for the prestigious Laureus World Breakthrough of the Year award. Name the Indian sports person who has been nominated for the prestigious 2022 Laureus World Breakthrough of the Year award. PV Sindhu, Mirabai Chanu, Neeraj Chopra, Manpreet Singh. This guy became Aankhon ka Tara for all the Indians last year. So this person, from nobody to somebody. Yes, correct answer is Neeraj Chopra. Question 17, right answer is option B, Bangladesh. Question 18, correct answer is Neeraj Chopra. Question 19, PM Modi will dedicate nation 216 feet Statue of Equality. It has already been done. Hyderabad, New Delhi, Surat or Jaisalmer? Bonus question, किसका statue है? So 216 feet Statue of Equality in Hyderabad, New Delhi, Surat or Jaisalmer? Easy one. Correct answer is Hyderabad. Okay. Whose statue has been set up in Hyderabad? Nursing, Buddha? No, guys. Ramanujan Acharya. Who has been appointed director of DRDL, which is part of DRDO? So, new director of Defense Research and Development Lab of the Defense Research and Development Organization in Hyderabad. Your options are G.A. Srinivasa Murthy, Vijay Pathak, R.N. Sodhi, none of these. Last question of the rapid fire. Then we will discuss a few one-liners. And we will cover legal news in the upcoming weekly law scope. Okay. Who has been appointed director of the Defense Research and Development Lab? Correct answer for question number 20, guys, option A, G.A. Srinivas Murthy. Important one-liners, some of these have already been covered in the form of questions, some you need to note down. PM Modi hosted the first India Central Asia Summit. So all the Central Asian nations which were earlier parts of USSR and now independent. So these countries attended. Names are Republic of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. All these stans. A nematode infestation has led to mass mortality of spot-billed pelicans at Telinapuram important bird area in Nopada swamp of Srikakulam district of Andhra Pradesh. Cochin Shipyard Limited, CSL, under the Ministry of Ports, Ships and Waterways, has successfully delivered the second lot of 3 floating border outposts. So 3 floating border outpost vessels to the Border Security Force, BSF, world's biggest, largest paramilitary force, is BSF. The second ASEAN Digital Ministers meeting with India was held on virtual platform. In India, Anti-Leprosy Day is observed on 30th Jan every year. Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve wins TX2 award for doubling tiger population. 13th Bengaluru International Film Festival to kick off from March 3rd. Friendship Hospital. A southwestern town of Satkira in Bangladesh has been adjudged the most transformative building of the world for the year 2021 by the Royal Institute of British Architects. Read up more about Friendship Hospital. It's an interesting read. The Beating the Retreat ceremony, which marks the formal end of Republic Day celebrations, was held at Vijay Chowk in New Delhi. The novel drone was 10-minute show involving around 1,000 drones fabricated through indigenous technology at the backdrop of synchronized music. This show is a Make in India initiative by a startup, Botlab Dynamics, supported by Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi and Department of Science and Tech. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has instructed officials to take all necessary measures to extend his ambitious program Grama 1 all over the state before the end of Feb. National Green Tribunal has instructed Pune Municipal Corporation to form an expert committee headed by Principal Secretary of Maharashtra to monitor dumping of sewage release in Motha River. PM Modi addressed 38th Foundation Program of National Commission for Women. She the Changemaker was the theme. GSI, Geological Survey of India, has approved setting up of first geopark in Lamheta village near Narmada River, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. Italy's parties on Saturday voted overwhelmingly for outgoing President Sergio Mattarella to remain for another term. North Korea has confirmed to test Hwasong 12 missile capable of striking US territory of Guam. Veteran India hockey goalkeeper Pia Shrijesh won the prestigious World Games Athlete of the Year 2021. Indian Coast Guard will celebrate its 42nd raising day on 1st Feb. Coast Guard was raised on 1st of Feb. Lieutenant General Manoj Pandey on Tuesday took over as Army's Vice Chief, replacing Lieutenant General C.P. Mohanty. The Kerala government on Wednesday announced that country's first Graphene Innovation Center, a joint venture of Digital University of Kerala, Center for Materials for Electronic Technology, CMET, and Tata Steel Limited. G. Srinivas Murthy has been appointed Director of DRDL. That's it. We'll cover legal updates in the next Saturday's weekly Law Scoop session. If you guys want to attend that, please join me that day. Thank you so much for attending. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed and you got to learn something new. If you like the session, hit that like button on your screen. It will not cost you anything. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and forward it to your friends and competitors. Next time when we meet, we'll see how you guys fare when compared with others. Thank you so much for attending. Have a nice day. Bye.